Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be talking all about new makeup releases and what I'm going to put on my makeup wish list and what I'm going to be anti-hauling. There's just so much makeup that drops. I truly feel like makeup drops faster than I could blink sometimes. Absolutely every time I check Trendmood, there's like 15 or 20 new posts. It is just so hard to keep up. But today, I have a list of new releases that I'm going to go through with you guys, tell you what I think, if I will be buying them and why, and if they're going to be on my anti-haul and why I'm not really intrigued by them. I do want to try to keep up with these videos and do them more often. If that is something that you guys would want to see on my channel, definitely let me know. It's definitely just hard to keep up with new launches at the end of the day. There is so much new stuff. I definitely cannot buy anywhere near all of these things. So if I could give you guys at least some feedback just off of the top of my head and seeing posts on Trendmood and judging things off of like color and price point and things like that, I feel like that is the least I could do for you guys. So I really hope that you guys enjoy seeing this video all about new makeup releases, and if you are interested in hearing my opinions, make sure to keep on watching. So I have my list here. I have about 20 items that I want to talk to you guys about today. I know this is going to be a long video, so please bear with me. There's just so much new makeup out there. It was really hard to cut it down. So I figured first we could just start with the anti-haul items, just get that out of the way, and then towards the end of this video we will be talking about the makeup that intrigues me and what is going to be on my makeup wish list. So the first new launch that I'm not really interested in is the ColourPop So Juicy Gloss. I feel like when I go on Trendmood, ColourPop is the main brand that I see there launching new products. They launch so much stuff, you guys. I feel like I can't even keep up with just ColourPop as a brand. I feel like they launch something like every 2 or 3 days, which is really crazy to me. I feel like I really respect what they have done, and I respect the whole brand and this whole community they have built, but I also feel like launching so much stuff makes the brand look a little bit less valuable to me, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I feel like I wish they would just slow down on the launches a little bit. But their newest launch that I saw on Trendmood was their So Juicy lip glosses. I love gloss, you guys, and I think the concept is really cute, but I also think that this is targeted towards a little bit more of a younger audience. Personally, for me, this does look like a lip gloss I had back in the day when I was like 7 to 10 years old in the squeezy tube, and it looks like it comes in more like bright shades. I don't know, the lip gloss just isn't my style. Again, I definitely feel like it's a little bit kids makeup-y, if that makes any sense, and I just don't see myself using this. I would much rather save up like $10 extra and spend it on something like my Fenty glosses, which I absolutely love. I also think for $7 price point, the packaging is just a little bit cheapy looking as well. My ColourPop concealer is $6, and I feel like the packaging is just so much more sleek and sturdy and modern looking, whereas these just look very kids makeup-y. I mean, I feel like maybe if they do attract a younger audience, I'm not sure if that was their whole like marketing plan behind this launch, to attract a younger audience, but at the end of the day, it's just not really my style, and I don't see myself purchasing these. This next product that I'm not going to be buying, I feel like you guys have been waiting for me to discuss on my channel for a while, and that is the Morphe and James Charles palette. I don't think I've talked about this on my channel yet, but I have not gotten this palette, and I do not think that I will. I definitely don't have anything against James. I do watch his videos periodically. I definitely wouldn't say I'm like a #1 sister, but I do watch his videos here and there. You guys know I'm just not the biggest fan of the Morphe formula. I've also heard some iffy things about the formula of this particular palette, so I think half are regular eyeshadows and then half are pure pressed pigments, and I've just heard that some people have had trouble really getting those colors to stick and blend properly. Also, James recommends using a totally separate base to make this palette work. I do feel like I have a lot of these colors in my collection, and I don't want to have to go out and buy a totally separate eye base on top of buying the palette. That's just going to make it also a more expensive investment. So I'm just not 100% attracted to this palette, again, just because I don't like the Morphe formula. I don't want to really go out of my way to make it work while like having to buy a new eye base, and I just feel like I already have a lot of these colors in my collection. So definitely going to pass on the Morphe and James Charles palette, but I have seen so many people create amazing looks with this palette. I feel like if you are way more creative than me, if you have those big, beautiful, colorful eye looks, this is a palette that you're going to love and that's going to work for you. For me, I don't really have a lot of patience when I do my makeup, and I most likely stick to neutrals, so I don't really feel like I need all of these extra bright colors either. Urban Decay has recently launched the Reloaded palette, which I think was really pretty. I feel like it's one of the prettier naked palettes that I have seen, but I'm also going to pass on this only because to me it is almost identical to Anastasia Anastasia Sultry palette. I will pop a picture of the palettes up here side by side so you guys can see how similar these are. And I did recently just get my hands on the Sultry palette, and in my opinion, I just think that ABH formula is so much better. They are so much more pigmented and buttery and blendable and creamy on the eye, whereas with Urban Decay shadows, I never really had the greatest experience with them. I love my Naked palettes at the time, and I do still have all of them for collective purposes, but I don't feel the need to continue to add to my collection. And like I said, I'm just not getting this because I feel like it is almost identical to the Sultry palette by ABH, and that I already do have in my collection. Speaking of Anastasia Beverly Hills, I do have two things from them on my anti-haul list, which is surprising. ABH is my absolute favorite makeup brand, but these two things aren't that intriguing to me. So the first one is her spring 2019 collection, where she launched the quad shadows with the lip glosses or lipsticks, I believe, the liquid lipsticks, and she has one like a sunset and a sunrise set. I don't like themed collections like this. I feel like it reminds me a lot of something that MAC would do, and I'm not really into that. I definitely feel like I would rather save my money for something else from ABH. At the end of the day, I'm just not really into themed collections. I also feel like none of the colors really intrigued me that much, and I don't know. The one that did intrigue me though was the more warm set of shadows. I think that quad was absolutely gorgeous, but it does come with the two metallic lip glosses or metallic liquid lipsticks, I believe they are, and those I'm definitely not into. So in order to get that little palette, I would have to get the metallic lipsticks hand in hand. So I just don't feel like it is worth it for that price point. I'd rather save up and get something else from ABH that I want so much more. And the other thing on my list from ABH is their Riviera palette. I'm a little bit in between on this one because Anastasia has my absolute favorite formula of eyeshadows, and I love the quality and I love the formula and the performance. So in that way, I know it will work for me and I know it will be good, so I want it. But also at the same time, I don't really love the color scheme. When I saw the packaging, I was really excited because I expected blues and greens and golds and like navy shades. That's what I really want from Anastasia. That is what I thought this palette was going to be, and it's just a little bit too colorful in my opinion. I definitely don't think it makes perfect sense. I actually kind of re-edited the palette. I'll pop a picture of the original and then my version of the palette right here. I re-edited the palette to make it look how I thought it would look like, and I feel like I just had different expectations when I saw the packaging. I feel like the colors on the inside don't match the packaging. Like I said though, I feel like if you are a colorful lover, this palette is going to be great for you. I just don't wear a lot of color in my day-to-day or really ever. I feel like I have enough color in my collection for what I like to do, so I think I'm going to pass on this one. So I feel like if they ever put this palette like half off or even more, maybe I would pick it up just because I love ABH formula so much, but I'm just not really into it right now, so I think I'm gonna pass on the Riviera as well. Fenty Beauty just dropped a new Stunna lip paint. Is that what they're called? Her Stunna lip paints in the shade Unlocked. I tried one of these and I didn't like it. I tried the very first one that she did. I'm blanking on the name, but it was her original red shade that she released in this lip paint. I didn't like it. I felt like the formula was a little bit liquidy and messy to work with. Granted, I haven't tried them since they first launched, so she could have changed the formula, or maybe that shade was just too dark for me. I know she released some lighter nude shades which look absolutely beautiful, but other than the formula, because I can't speak on the formula for this particular shade, it's just a very, very light pink, something you guys know I would never wear. I'm definitely into nude shades, peachy nudes, brown nudes, just something a little bit more muted, and this is very, very bright for me. And also when I do wear a bright lipstick, I don't want to spend a lot of money on it because I know it's not something I'll be wearing all the time. So when I do want a bright pink or something for a certain look, I will just go ahead and go to the drugstore and get something there. I don't even know how much these are. I feel like they might not be crazy expensive, but for something I'm not gonna wear all the time, I definitely don't want to pay that price point for it. And I also just don't think that bright pink would be really flattering on my skin tone either. So next up here we have the BH Pisces palette. I think BH Cosmetics is doing a series of palettes where they are launching zodiac theme palettes. I feel like everyone is doing zodiac theme stuff lately, which is kind of getting a little bit old and overdone as well. Zodiac theme makeup is like the new unicorn makeup. I'm just not really into it, and I feel like people are overdoing it. But just looking at this palette in general, forgetting the concept, I feel like these shades are so boring and bland and I don't really love them. I'm not really sure what really makes them choose shades based on someone's zodiac sign, but I feel like these shades wouldn't work for a lot of people. They just are very dusty looking and light looking, and they wouldn't work for a lot of people. So in my opinion, I definitely would pass on them. I don't really remember what BH formula is like. I haven't used BH eyeshadows in so long now, but I'm just not obsessed with the concept or the color scheme. And the last product in the anti-haul portion of this video is the Givenchy Foundation. What in the shade range is this, you guys? This shade range is so bad. So it is 20 shades, but about 18 of them are white to tan, and there's like 3 shades that aren't even that deep. I just feel like I don't have time to even pay attention to brands nowadays that are not inclusive at all. I don't know, I just feel like they didn't even try, and in my opinion, why would you launch something if not everyone will be able to properly use it? There's literally like 3 or 4 deeper shades. Just looking at the shade range from a makeup enthusiast and from someone who's just seen so many shade ranges in the past, I feel like they shouldn't even have launched this foundation. The shade range just looks so unfinished to me, and it just doesn't look great at all. It doesn't look deep enough. Literally the first 7 shades look identical, and they look really fair. I don't know why they couldn't go really deep as well. I just think it's really messed up. I don't know why these brands haven't learned from other brands' mistakes. A lot of brands really took a hit for being not inclusive, and I feel like if a launch doesn't have enough shades, a brand shouldn't launch it yet. So I definitely think Givenchy needs to look over their shade range. Also, I don't know the price point of this, but it just sounds expensive, so I'm definitely gonna pass. I definitely don't want to give my money or time to a brand like that who's not even going to try to be inclusive after literally everything we've been through the past year in the beauty community. So that is everything for the anti-haul portion of this video. Now let's get a little bit more positive here. I don't mean to be so negative about these products, and I do just want to say that if I talk about a brand or a product that you guys really love, please don't be offended. I just want to be honest with you guys. These things don't stick out to me, and I don't want you to be offended. This is really all opinion. Everyone feels different about makeup, so please just take this really lightheartedly. But now we're gonna move on to my wish list. So the first thing that I'm really excited about launching, I don't know when, but it was just announced, is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Shane Dawson palette. Absolutely yes, I don't care what this looks like. I want it, I'm getting it. I love Shane Dawson with my whole heart. I just want it. I've been wanting to try out Jeffree shadows for a long time, and I feel like this is going to be a really good way to do that. I'm really interested in seeing what Shane comes up with, and I really commend him for branching out and getting into a different part of a world that he's never explored before. I'm really excited to see the docu-series that he creates on it, and that is definitely something that I want. One new launch that I'm not really sure if I want, but I feel like I need to see it before I can decide, because all I saw was campaign teasers, is the Urban Decay and Game of Thrones collab. I've never watched Game of Thrones, but everyone in my family, my brother, my boyfriend, my dad, they're all obsessed with it, and I'm intrigued by it. I don't know. I feel like I would have to see it before I made any decisions, but this is definitely something I'm intrigued by. A little bit skeptical because, like I said earlier, I don't absolutely love Urban Decay formula, and a lot of the times what Urban Decay releases doesn't necessarily excite me too much, but I'm a little intrigued by this. So I definitely will have to see what these products look like, what they are, what the shades are, and stuff like that before I can make a final decision. You guys know I am all about the affordable skincare, and Makeup Revolution just launched so much affordable skincare that I'm so excited for and that I definitely want to get my hands on. I know they launched like hyaluronic acid, retinol, CBD oil, serum. I want to try all of it. I have tried some great products from Makeup Revolution, and I feel like expanding into skincare was so smart because they're already such an affordable, intriguing brand. I feel like their skincare is going to do so well. So I hope it's good, and I am really excited to try that. A new launch that you guys see how my attitude changes so much from when I'm talking about makeup I don't want to makeup I truly want. I really get excited, but the next product that I'm excited for is the Sigma brow products. I'm pretty sure they launched a whole line for brows, pomades, powders, pencils, gels. I love Sigma as a brand. You guys do know I am affiliate, so if you guys do purchase anything from Sigma, you can use my code JackieAnn for 10% off. But other than that, I've loved Sigma for such a long time, even before they reached out to me to be an affiliate. Makeup wise, this is the first thing from them that has really stood out to me and intrigued me that I wanted to try. But I love trying out new things for my brows. I've been really experimenting with different products, different brow gels, and this is definitely something that I would totally want to try. And sticking on the brow theme, I would love to try the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Gel. The Brow Wiz is my absolute favorite. I never got a chance to try the Dip Brow only because it really scared me, and I feel like my brows, I just like a little bit more of a natural looking brow. I feel like dip brow was always a little bit too harsh of a product for the type of brow that I was going for, so I never tried it. But I feel like the dip brow gel could be really cool because I feel like it'll be an easy fill-in and easy color. I'm not really sure how pigmented it is. I haven't watched like many reviews or anything, but I feel like this is definitely something I would love to try out. Like I just mentioned, I have been really into brow gel and trying different techniques in my brows, and I love ABH, I love the Brow Wiz, so I just have a feeling that this is gonna be a really good. A new launch from ColourPop that I do really want to try are their BFF mascaras and eyeliners. I love the concept of colored mascara and eyeliners because I feel like for someone like me who doesn't really love to play around with color all that often when it comes to shadow, I feel like it would be really fun to incorporate a subtle pop of color with something like a mascara or liner, and it's just easier in that way. So let's say I do just like a neutral look, but I want like a red liner or a pink liner or a green liner. I feel like it'll be really easy and fun to do with the liners as well as the mascara. But at the same time, since it's not something that I would use often, I'm really happy that these are so affordable because I wouldn't feel so guilty about buying something that I wouldn't use every single day, if that makes sense. I would really love just to have a few shades. My favorite shades in the mascara are the blue as well as the red. And then for the liner, I feel like I could make all of them work. The white one is really intriguing. I just think as someone who's a little bit scared of color, this would be perfect to start. The price point is right. Like I said, I just wouldn't feel guilty about buying something so colorful because the price point is so good. This next product I am a little bit undecided about, and that is the Tarte Face Tape Foundation. I am a little bit undecided about this just because of everything that happened with the foundation last year. I do personally strongly believe in second chances though, and I do feel like Tarte did what they could to make it right. Of course, I feel like from the start they should have come out with a full shade range, like a proper shade range that was inclusive for everyone. I feel like they should have known to release all those shades in the first place, so that's why I'm also a little bit iffy. But at the same time, I do believe in second chances. I do believe that if they fixed it, they should get another chance, even though they should have just done it in the first place. And of course, in general, just the makeup lover in me, the shape tape lover in me, the full coverage base lover in me wants to try this foundation. I want to see how it is, and maybe one day I will get my hands on it and try it. I do love my drugstore foundation, so right now I'm not looking to spend $30 or more on a high-end foundation, but if I ever get a gift card or something, I definitely would want to test this out and see if it is as good as the concealer is. I have two more things on my makeup wish list as far as new makeup releases go. The first one is the MAC Fix Plus in the Cherry Blossom scent. I know I always say that I don't like scented products, so I feel like this is a little hypocritical of me, but I feel like that would just be so good. I absolutely love Fix Plus. You guys know it is probably one of my holy grail makeup products. I don't think that I would be able to do my makeup routine without it anymore. And I also love the scent of Cherry Blossom, so I don't know how it would react with my sensitive skin, so I would definitely have to test it before I splurged on it. But I just feel like this is very intriguing to me, and I feel like I sound so hypocritical because I always say I hate scented products, but there's just something about this that sounds so delicious, and I really just want to put it all over my face. So maybe, oh, I have a MAC gift card. No, I should just get regular Fix Plus because I feel like what if I buy it and I don't like it? I don't know, I want to try it though. And the last new makeup release that I want to talk about is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I love primers, I love base products. I've been so into my complexion recently, and this sounds really good. I believe this is a part of their Kush makeup line. I do really love the Kush brow gel, and this just looks so good. It definitely looks more of like a serum-y primer. I only have seen the bottle of it, so I could be totally wrong, but I feel like I just have high hopes for this. I feel like it's gonna be good, and I don't have a lot of Milk makeup at all in my collection, and I definitely feel like this would be something that I would love to try from them. I don't know if it's just something in my head that I've like been putting in my head, but I do feel like my brows have been looking a little bit nicer ever since I did start using my Kush brow gel, so I don't know if that oil infused in there is really helping, but I would just be really intrigued to see how this would go on the skin, if the primer did have any skin benefits, and if it really like hydrated while gripping onto makeup. That sounds like my absolute ideal primer, so this is is definitely something that I would love to try out. Alright you guys, so that is going to complete this video talking about all new makeup releases. I did cut some things out because I didn't want this video to be too long, but if you guys have any questions on my thoughts about any release that you're interested in, definitely leave me a comment or message me on Twitter or Instagram. You guys know I love to talk to you, so definitely feel free to reach out to me and we could chat about makeup. I love doing that. Definitely let me know what you guys are most excited for or not excited for in these new makeup launches. Definitely let me know what you guys think of just all of these new makeup launches in general. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you find it hard to keep up with? Definitely let me know. But in the meantime, if you guys did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and also make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel before you leave. I would love to have you guys here as part of my little YouTube fam. If you don't want to miss out on any of my future uploads, click that notification bell down below and you'll get notified every single time that I upload a new video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!